Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Today's TBR time, so let me take you through the titles I've added to my list for November. So yeah, it's November already. We're getting towards the end of the year. I'm getting towards the end of my 2024 reading plan as well, which is a good thing. But I've still got a few titles left on there, and of course the obvious path for the next 2 months is for me to burn through the remainder of those titles. So what have I done? I've put exactly one of them, as a rollover no less, onto my plan for November, and the rest of them are saved for December, or will I get to them at all? We shall see. There are 2 months left to find out. Let's go and have a look at the books that I'm planning to read for November. I've got, same as the last few months, 2 audio and 2 physical/Kindle reads that I'm going to put on my list. My physical reading time has been really limited because I've had some really heavy proofreading projects the last couple of months, and I've got another one which has just come in which is going to further curtail my reading time. So we'll see how I go. Basically, I've got 2 physical books down here. One of them is, because of that, quite a short one, or shortish, I guess, although, you know, I don't know how many pages it is because it doesn't have page numbers. But I'm going to start with Death's Disciple by Emma L. Adams. You may have seen this one on the channel previously. I think there are at least 2 months recently that I've had this on my list. Not got round to it, so it's rolled over. I am definitely going to be reading this one in November, though. As soon as I have finished the current book that I'm reading, this is the next one that I'm going to be picking up. I've been really looking forward to it, so it's really annoyed me that I've not been able to get the time for it or make the time for it. So I'm definitely doing that this month. I'm not going to go through the synopsis because I've done that at least twice before on the channel, I think. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's another 2 books to finish, I believe, the series. I think it's a trilogy. Both of those are now available. So I'm hoping to enjoy this one and have a rest of the series to move on to. So I said I was going to do a shortish physical read after that, and yeah, as I say, there's no page numbers in this particular copy, this edition that I've got, but I'm going with The Path of Blades, or A Path of Blades rather, by R.E. Sanders. Now, the author has updated the formatting of this, so current copies, if you were to purchase one of these, they do now have page numbers, but this one doesn't, so I can only go with the spine. It's not a very thick book. I haven't looked up the page count on Amazon or Goodreads or anywhere else to tell you, so do apologise for that. This one says, Ingvar Darrell is a fighting knight tasked with defending his country whenever he's called to battle. Violence and war provide no glory for Ingvar, who only wants to be at home on his rural estate. His dreams of a quiet life are shattered as he becomes a pawn in the ambitious schemes of others. How will his friendships and family cope with the forces that try to tear them apart? Which path will he choose? The Path of Blades, spoiler alert. This one, I did read the opening chapter in one of my recent videos where I sampled the opening chapter of all of my physical TBR, and I quite enjoyed it. It was kind of a Norse-inspired kind of setting, if I remember this one rightly. There's a very Viking-esque kind of battle scene to open this one, so it was quite a good one. I did enjoy the opening chapter, so yeah, we will see how this one goes. And then for my 2 audiobooks, I have got one which is going to be a buddy read and one which is a TBR poll that my patrons picked. I've got that one open first, so I'll go straight into the patron pick. This one is the Malevolent 7 by Sebastian de Castell. I really enjoyed the Greatcoat series of his that I read, and this one's got a similar sounding kind of vibe to it in terms of the sass in the writing, basically, and I did enjoy that. I do like it when it's done well and not overdone, which is often the failing with it. So 7 powerful mages want to make the world a better place. We're going to kill them first. Picture a wizard. Go ahead, close your eyes. There he is, see, skinny old guy with a straggly beard. No doubt he's wearing iridescent silk robes that couldn't protect his body from a light breeze. The hat's a must too, right? Big floppy thing covered in esoteric symbols that would instantly show every other mage where this one gets his magic. Wouldn't want a simple steel helmet or something that might, you know, protect the part of him most needed for conjuring magical forces from being bashed in with a mace or pretty much any household object. Now open your eyes and let me show you what a real war mage looks like. But you're probably not going to like it because we're violent, angry, dangerously broken people who sell our skills to the highest bidder and be damned to any moral or ethical considerations. At least until such irritating concepts as friendship and the end of the world get in the way. My name is Cade Umbra, and although I currently make my living as a mercenary wonderist, I used to have a far more noble sounding job title until I discovered the people I worked for weren't quite as noble as I believed. Now I'm on the run and my only friend, a homicidal thunder mage, has invited me to join him on a suicide mission against the 7 deadliest mages on the continent. Time to recruit some very bad people to help us on the job. So it sounds pretty cool. I've got various comparisons that I've seen and various comparisons that I put together in my head from that, some of which are different media, some of which are books that I have read. It's a good concept if it goes well. It can be overdone, it can be badly done. We'll see how this one goes, basically. I have no idea. I've got various friends who have read it and quite enjoyed it, so I'm hoping I'm going to join them on that list. And then the buddy read I've got is The Mercy of the Gods by James S.A. Corey. My friend Nina and myself read the advance. We did audiobook buddy reads for the entire series pretty much last year, I think it was, and we're going to do the next James S.A. Corey space opera from November. How humanity came to the planet Engine is lost to the fog of history, but that history is about to end. The Carricks, part Empire, part Hive, have waged wars of conquest for centuries, destroying or enslaving species across the galaxy. Now they're facing a great and deathless enemy. The key to their survival may rest with the humans of Engine. Caught up in academic intrigue and affairs of the heart, David L. Corey is pleased to be an assistant to the brilliant scientist and his celebrated research team. Then the Carrick ships descend, decimating the human population and taking the best and brightest of Engine society away to serve on the Carrick's homeworld, and David is swept along with them. They're dropped in the middle of a struggle they barely understand, set in a competition against other captive species, with extinction as the price of failure. Only David and a handful of his companions can see past the Darwinian contest to the deeper game that they must play to survive, learning to understand and manipulate the Carricks themselves. With a noble but suicidal human rebellion on one hand and strange and murderous enemies on the other, the team pays a terrible price to become the trusted servants of their new rulers. David L. Corey is a simple man swept up in events that are beyond his control and more vast than his imagination. He'll become the champion of humanity and its betrayer, the most hated man in history and the guardian of his people. This is where his story begins. So that one is a very expansive kind of synopsis, but it also doesn't tell too much. It does quite a good job in that sense, in that we're going to have to read it to find out what it's all about, basically. So yeah, really looking forward to that one. Again, it's one of the big titles of the year. Lots of people have read it, so lots of thoughts already out there. I've been avoiding the reviews for it. I don't generally tend to read reviews too much anyway, but yeah, looking forward to putting my own review out for this one when I've read it, because hopefully I'm going to enjoy it. So as I say, I've been having some really poor reading time recently, so again, only 4 books on the TBR. We'll see if I can get through these, see where I go from there if I've got some time left at the end of the month. What are you reading in November as well, though? Let me know in the comments down below. That's everything for today, though. I hope to see you in the next video coming up on the channel sometime soon. In the meantime, take care of yourself, read some good books. Bye for now.